Good morning. That's what our load looks like today. It's a bit smoky out there. Let's roll out. I wasn't going to shoot video along Highway 97, but turn the radio off. But it is smoky. I'm going to be doing a lot of that today, I think. Excuse me. Oh boy. It was nice blue skies today morning. In Williams Lake. But now we are just approaching 70 Mile House. At 100 Mile House it started getting smokier and smokier and smokier. Here at, let's see the sign over there, 70 Mile House, it's really thick. Notice they've got, that's pretty loud out. Right, I opened the passenger door. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. It's smoky. It is really smoky. Yeah, I stopped to do a load secure here and use the rest area. Oh yeah, all those side roads, that's what I was talking about. I've got safety cones and security vehicles parked around them, preventing people from going into the active fire zone. Hopefully my video yesterday looks normal on YouTube. Saved in a different format, and I'm not sure why. I must have hit a button differently or something. I'll see how this one turns out. I watched it on the laptop and it seemed to have really good quality still, so I don't know what happened there. Celsius out. I've had to stop and staple the load. You saw on us twice now. On the passenger side there's one bundle where the wrap is coming loose, so I have a a stapler on with me and had to staple it on really good. So Smokey have a hard time seeing if they're waving back. Staying on Highway 97 from Kamloops to Salmon Arm, and from Salmon Arm down to Vernon. There's a forest fire right next to that road. I think we're going to avoid that highway. The highway I normally take would be south till Spence's Bridge, and then take Highway 8 to Merritt. And we know for a fact that one's closed due to the fire. The highway we're on right now, right here, next to this forest fire, we can't see the open flames, but we're right next to it, actually closed once already, so we're at risk of having this highway closed. And of course, Highway 5 to Coquihalla is in danger of being closed. There's a forest fire right next to that, but that's further south, that's south of Merritt. So I think the only 100% guaranteed route home is currently take 97 to Cache Creek, and I guess it's still 97, but then from Cache Creek to Kamloops on Highway 1/97, then head south on Highway 5 to Merritt. From Merritt, we take the connector to West Kelowna Peachland. What is that, 97C, I think? We just call it the connector. And then from there, head south home to Penticton. It's 9:30 right now. I might have an early or a late lunch depending on the smoke. If I find a clearer spot, I'm going to have lunch there, so I don't have to breathe this the whole time. One of you guys suggested that perhaps I should get a respirator while driving through stuff like this. And I think that's a darn good idea. The funny thing is, I read the comment about 2 hours after I called Jess and told her her friend was talking about a respirator he bought. So I called her and asked her, can you order us 2 of those, please? They're going to be here early next week. Man, it's feeling darker and darker and darker. So I'm going to have a respirator, not next week, but the week after I'll have one. Ordered a bunch of extra filters right away too. Smoke like this, I'll just put that on. There's no cabin air filter in this truck. I don't know if any big rigs have them, or maybe the newer outside. I'm inhaling. It's a little clearer here. We're getting a little better here. Maybe through the thickest. Sign says fog area. Well, right now it should be called smoke area. In the winter it fogs up over in this area. Yeah, we can definitely see further. It's definitely getting thinner. At least it's lifted up off the ground a little higher. If I didn't stop for lunch or fuel up, I could probably deliver this load today. But I don't think I'd be doing Sunco any favors by doing so. Because it's a solid hour and a bit, hour and 15 minutes of drive time south from home. I could deliver and then turn around and come back home. So that's 2.5 hours of driving I'm doing. Unnecessarily, because on Monday morning, because I'm staying home the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm not driving Sunday evening. Because my niece is flown in. We're gonna hang out. It sounds like my nephew will be in town this weekend as well. Gonna have fun and hang out this weekend. So I'm not leaving till Monday morning anyway. So if I leave Monday morning, head down early in the morning, early enough to deliver when they open in Orville, and then head to reload. It's a holiday here in Canada, but there's some mills that are loading, so I am loading on Monday. And there's no holiday in the US, so I can deliver on Monday. So if I deliver today, I would be able to go load in Castlegar an hour or two earlier, but I would have burnt a lot of extra fuel today. Don't think it's worth for Sunco to do that, so I'm not gonna push hard. If I pushed really hard, I could deliver. And on a normal weekend, I would probably leave on Sunday evening and load in Castlegar first thing Monday morning. But since I've got family in town, I don't think I'm gonna do that either way, so I don't know, I try to do what's best for the company, I try to do what's best for me. And find a balance between the two that makes us both happy. Both not 100% happy and both not 100% not happy. Nice balance. I don't mind working. I love working hard, actually. I love working hard. It's my passion, working hard. I don't think I will ever retire in my life. I may change what my job is. Even if we get an RV and I start traveling, I'm going to change what my job is, but I'll still have a job. I find myself a job. Like when we go camping on the weekend, I don't do the relaxing on a chair for hours thing. I jump on the quad and drive around, find a tree that's a dead tree somewhere that's still standing if possible. You usually make the best firewood. Cut down the dead tree, chain the dead tree to the back of the quad, bring it over to the campground and start cutting it into stumps, and then I get out the mullet and I start splitting wood, and I usually split enough wood for us all day and all night long, and then enough for the neighbor's campground. Not doing any of that now. There's obviously no fires.
AJ? Yep. What's on? Not much. I just headed down for another machine. Oh, yeah.
Don't swear. Don't swear. Don't swear. Please don't swear. This is a friendly YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I was going to go back for Sean there, but they weren't sure. Either careful or... So I'll see you up there when I get back next week? Yeah, yep. I believe just left the factory. Yeah. No, I'll see you up there. We'll go out one night. Yeah, have a good trip.
Ha, thank you. Just a normal conversation. Having said that, I think I'll catch up with you guys down the road. Hopefully a little less in the smoke and said yesterday, the smoke does give this place a special beauty as well. You can see all the different layers of mountains. It looks pretty, but it's hard to breathe in this stuff.
Someone talk about a reefer. A lot of people are thinking about smoking something. No, a reefer in the trucking industry is a trailer like that, which we normally call a dry van if it's not a reefer. So if it's a dry van, it's not a reefer. This was a reefer. Dry van is basically a semi-trailer like that. You can load anything into the back. What do you think of when you see a semi-trailer? A reefer is one with a refrigeration unit attached to the front of the trailer, and inside the trailer is climate control. You can have different climate zones inside the truck. You can have part of it being a freezer and part of it being a refrigerator. So whenever you see or hear a reefer unit in the trucking industry, it means a refrigerated trailer. Now when you go back to the beginning of this video, you saw my trailer. My trailer is called a quad. Why a quad? Well, it's got 4 axles. A single trailer with 4 axles. Trucking industry, we just call it a quad. You notice that the rear axle is lifted up. Some people think those are our spare tires. No. In Canada, you will never see that rear axle down on the ground. It's illegal to use it here. But in the US, or at least a lot of the states, every state's different, but a lot of the states, you're legally allowed to use a lift axle. And
I lower that axle, now I have an extra axle on the ground and I'm legal again. So you got to do the math and figure out exactly where that line is, and so you can run as heavy as possible in Canada and as heavy as possible in the US, lowering that axle. So that's why you have a lift axle on a lot of these trailers. I can get a lot more detail to that, but that's the basics there. Super B though, if you go to my old videos, you can see me hauling a Super B. Maybe if you go to the video of under the playlist how-tos where I split trailers, you can see me splitting a Super B there. Splitting means just unhitching a trailer. Super B basically is, you have two trailers. The front trailer hooks onto the fifth wheel of the big rig. That's the hitching mechanism. And then the first trailer actually has the same hitch as the big rig has on the back of it, which means now you can hitch another trailer onto it. Very common in Canada. In the US you will see A-trains, which is also a two-trailer combination, but the front trailer hitches onto the big rig, but the front trailer does not have a big fifth wheel on it like Super B does. On the back of the front trailer is just a hitch where you can hitch a dolly onto, and that dolly has a fifth wheel on it. Just a small little trailer like him right there, that dolly. Well, that's not an A-train, but it's a truck with a trailer. He had a dolly, and then the trailer hooks onto that dolly. So in the US, you'll see a lot of guys with two trailers with a dolly in the center. And that's called the A-train. Skateboard with toothpicks. What am I hauling? So if you see the beginning of this video again, my trailer is currently a skateboard with toothpicks. A skateboard is just a flat deck. It's not a van or a reefer. A skateboard is just a flat deck or a drop deck, or it's a deck, so it's a skateboard. And toothpicks is just lumber, so hauling a load of lumber on a flat deck. Skateboard, toothpick. What's a four-wheeler? That's a four-wheeler. So is every other car that just passed us. They're all four-wheelers. If they have four wheels on them, it's a four-wheeler. Be it a van, a minivan, a car, or a pickup, they're all four-wheelers. So if you hear a truck driver talk about a four-wheeler, they're usually talking about a car, just a passenger vehicle. Bobtailing. When I'm bobtailing, what am I doing? If I'm bobtailing, all it means is I've dropped my trailer and I'm driving around without a trailer. No trailer behind me. I don't know why it's called bobtailing. But I'm driving with no trailer, just the big rig by itself. Or just the lorry by itself, just the engine, just the truck, just the prime mover. whatever you call it in your country. Um, 10.4. 10.4 is commonly used in trucking. All it means is, I understood what you said. Often is used as okay agreement, when technically that's not what the term is. If they're 10 codes, 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 10.4, they're all codes that the police used, still use, but Smokey and the Bandit movie made 10.4 and some of these codes famous, but there's 101 codes, so it goes all the way to 1099, and then it goes to 10101, and can't remember what the 101st is. So I don't think there's a 10-100 code. But yeah, there's 101 codes. There's called the 10 codes. Something that's different in BC, but most of the trucking world will talk about bears. You hear someone on the radio going, bear at such and such intersection, or bear 2 miles down the road, or Smokey Bear, or feeding the bear. Feeding the bear would be paying a ticket. The bear is just a cop. British Columbia, at least in the lower mainland, they call them rainbows. Don't know why. I hear them called rainbows all the time. Chicken coop, or the hut, or weighing the ground, or that's all a weigh station. The chicken coop is closed. Means the scale's closed. If I'm grossed out, what does that mean? Not grossed out. It's not yucky. I'm grossed out means I am max weight. So you got your net weight, your tar weight, and your gross weight. So my net would be how heavy I am with no load on the back. Grossed out means how heavy I am, or I'm maxed out on the truck weight and the load weight together. Max weight. Got an alligator on the side of the road. You guys see the alligator? And tar weight is the amount of the load, how heavy the load is. So that tire skin on the side of the road we just saw on the shoulder, we call those alligators. So if I got in the radio to warn somebody, if that tire had been a little bit in the lane, I would have radioed alligator in the granny lane. Basically, skinned out tire on the shoulder, tire debris. Alligator in the granny lane. Granny lane because I'm in the slow lane. If it had been in the middle lane, I would have called it alligator in the hammer lane. Hammer lane is hammer down. You know, time to go. The fast lane. Hammer down just means you got your foot on the throttle hard. guys know all these terms, but it occurred to me a lot of people do not know these terms. Some people have been venturous enough to ask what do these terms mean, and had to research what some of these terms mean. So I'm like, let's talk about these terms. What do they actually mean? And I'm sure I'm only bringing up the ones I hear regularly. There's other like in the US, you hear a lot of other terms that you're like, what are they talking about now? So I don't even know all the terms yet. Oh, what else would there be? What else do I hear? Well, there's some 18 plus ones. Well, there's meat wagon. I always think it's kind of disrespectful and rude, but you hear meat wagon. If you hear someone talking about a meat wagon or a meat wagon eastbound, they're talking about an ambulance. I don't like the term, but you hear it. I can't think of anything else offhand right now. The 18 plus ones. Let's talk about. Okay, so if you're going through Abbotsford westbound and pull into the rest area right after Abbotsford, just west of Abbotsford, pull into that rest area. We would call that rest area a male buffalo pickle park. So, I'm sure most of you guys know what a lot lizard is. A lot lizard is just a female prostitute. Going from truck to truck, asking people for a good time. And slow down, let this guy ride. A male buffalo is just a male prostitute. And a pickle park is any park, any rest area, any truck stop where prostitutes frequent. Those ones you hear on the radio every now and then too. You don't want to go to those spots. There's a reason I don't like sleeping in the Abbotsford rest area if at all possible. It's not unusual to get a young man come up to you and ask how you're doing. Yeah, so that's terminology. I know you said I should talk about terminology when I'm bored. Feel free to ask me what other terminology is, like go-go juice, that's fuel, diesel. If someone asks you what your 20 is, what is my 20? I'm not even 100% sure on this one. 100 or 20 it's in the Okanagan. Yeah, where's that lake? Show me your lake. So yeah, if you guys have any extra terminology, any questions about anything, or if you guys know of terms that get used commonly that I didn't talk about, drop them down in the comment section. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me what I missed. Lake. Where? Where is this lake? I don't see a lake. Coming off the connector, 97C down into Highway 97. Got about an hour to get to home. Not even. 45 minutes. Home sweet, smoky home. So this comes down into Peachland. Should be a lake right there in front of us. Wanted to pass me. They came from behind me off the connector and they wanted to pass me here quickly while we were merging in. Okanagan Lake. I see some waves in the smoke as we're getting lower. It feels hot. 32 degrees. Yeah, not a chance that we can see the mountains on the other side of the lake. Not a chance. CTSE. I was warned that the Okanagan was absolutely crazy for traffic on this August long weekend. lots of room left on the memory card. Maybe it's a little bit of karma making fun of the GoPros dying in the heat. Be fun. Oh well, I'll get her done on editing. We see a lake here, but can't see very far into the lake. I bet you if you took a boat to the middle of the lake, you wouldn't be able to see land. Some wakeboarding there. Wakeboarding is one of those sports where you on purpose are putting a lot of drag underneath your boat. It's got to be really expensive on fuel. You want to make as big of a wave as you can, or at least you want to make the perfect waves. showing off much of the beautiful lake. I guess I could call it a day. There's a makeshift campground there. Feeling the smoke in my throat. Excuse me. Sounds like next week, the beginning of the week at least, will be very busy, very hectic, because I'll be delivering this in Orville. And then heading over to Castlegar, pick up a load and bring it to Vancouver, North Vancouver. And they would like it there at 7 a.m. on Tuesday morning. That's not going to happen. I told them I'll get it there as early as I can. Won't take any unnecessary breaks. I'll do everything legally possible to get that load there as early as possible, but I doubt it'll be that early. Dispatcher goes, that's what I thought too, but whatever you can do would be appreciated. Sounds good. And then I don't know what kind of load they're giving me back, because then on Wednesday morning they want me back in north of Castlegar loading a wide load. So it's gonna be go, 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 go. Make sure I have a good weekend and well rested. Busy start of the month. Anyway, huge thank you to you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Been getting a little less than one subscriber a day, so thank you. Well, honestly, it's probably more than that, but there's enough people that unsubscribe that balance is a little less than one subscriber a day. So welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the comments down below. Don't forget, let's talk about trucker lingo. What did I miss? What did I get wrong? Guys, have a pleasant weekend. Looking forward to enjoying mine, although it's going to be smoky and short. I think I'm going to enjoy it while I can. I'm out of here.